Hi, everybody, and welcome back to this video. Hope you've enjoyed some of the other tapping scripts that you have found on my YouTube channel or through us working together. Today's tapping script is all about emotional freedom from the challenges of change and transitions. The biggest challenge that I see my clients often face in their life and also coming in and out of coaching is the transition. We tend to feel like things are easy and then they should always be easy. And when they get hard, there's so much self-criticism, there's so much fear of failure, we just tend to give up. And giving up is the number one way to ensure you fail. And staying persistent is the number one way to make sure that you are going to succeed, to lose any excess weight that you have, to shed it for good, to shed any fear and resentment you have about your body, about your health, about aging. It's going to help you to increase your quality of life, your relationship with food, and be healthy from the inside out. And so we're going to use tapping, an emotional freedom technique, to help our nervous system and our body acclimate to the realities of change, because the self-criticism and resentment and the thought patterns really end up creating negative behavior patterns that impact our weight and our eating and our self-identity in a negative way. And we can use those exact same patterns to cultivate a positive sense of identity, positive behaviors and choices that create a positive weight loss, a positive body image, and a positive way to maintain a healthy weight for your entire life, despite many challenges and changes that we face in our life. So let's get started. Just a quick reminder, we start with a karate chop point. We're going to go from the eyebrow today, side of the eye, under the eye, the nose, the chin, the collarbone, and under the arm. Remember to tap gently, lovingly. These are energy meridians in the body, and we're really going to help to ease that sense of heaviness in the body and create a sense of healthy vulnerability, self-love, and a sense of emotional safety despite challenging circumstances. I know I need to rely on these tools often, and I know that if you use them, they are going to completely transform your relationship with emotional eating as well. Let's get started. Even though I am feeling stuck in a transitional period of my life, and I have been using food to cope with difficult emotions, I deeply and completely accept myself and my feelings. Even though I'm feeling stuck in this transitional period in my life, and I've been using food to cope with difficult emotions, I deeply and completely accept myself and my feelings. Even though I'm feeling stuck in this transitional period of my life, and I have been using food to cope with difficult emotions, I deeply and completely accept myself and my feelings. Even though change is uncomfortable and uncertain, I choose to embrace this transition and trust I have the strength to navigate through it. Even though change can be uncomfortable and uncertain, I choose to embrace this transition. I choose to embrace this transition. I trust that God has given me the strength to navigate through it. I trust that God has given me the strength to navigate through it. I trust that God has given me the strength to navigate through it. Even though I may have cravings for emotional eating, I choose to tap into my resilience. Even though I will have cravings for emotional eating, I choose to tap into my resilience and come back to this exercise as often as I need. I honor my emotions and I find healthier ways to process and accept them. I am feeling uncertain about this transition. I am feeling uncertain about this transition. I'm feeling uncertain about this transition. Letting go of the familiar can be really difficult. Letting go of the familiar can be really difficult. Letting go of the familiar can be really difficult. I've been using food to numb my feelings and emotions. I've been using food to numb my feelings and my emotions. I've been using food to numb my feelings and my emotions. It's okay to feel a mix of emotions during this time. It's okay to feel a mix of emotions during this time. It's okay to feel a mix of emotions during this time. I acknowledge the craving for emotional eating. 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 I am open to exploring new possibilities. 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 I'm feeling uncertain about this transition, but I love and accept myself. I know that I have the God-given strength to make it through to the other side if I allow myself to process and express my feelings. Change is both exciting and scary. Change is both exciting and scary. Change is both exciting and scary. I give myself permission to experience difficult feelings. I give myself permission to experience difficult feelings. I give myself permission to experience difficult feelings. I trust that I have the God-given strength to navigate through this transition. I trust that I have the God-given strength to navigate through this transition. I trust that I am not alone to navigate through this transition. I choose to listen to my emotions with compassion. I choose to listen to my emotions with compassion. I choose to listen to my emotions with compassion. I am willing to explore healthier ways to cope. I am willing to explore healthier ways to cope. I am willing to explore healthier ways to cope. I embrace the uncertainty and growth that is coming. I embrace the uncertainty and growth that is coming. I am not alone. I have support. I can embrace the uncertainty and growth that is coming. I release any resistance to change. I release all resistance to change. I release my resistance to change. I honor my feelings and give them space to be heard. I honor my feelings and give them space to be heard. I honor my feelings and I give them space to be heard. I trust that this transition is leading me to something better. I trust that this transition is leading me to something good, for my ultimate good, for my good as a body, my good as a soul, my good as a person, my ultimate good. I trust that this transition is leading me to good. I trust that God controls the world and that this transition is leading me to good. I choose self-care practices that nourish my soul. I choose self-care practices that nourish my soul. I explore and try various and many self-care practices till I find the ones that nourish my soul. I explore a variety of self-care practices till I find those that nourish my soul. I'm open to creating new routines and habits. I'm open to creating new routines and habits for this new stage, this new season. I am open to creating new routines and habits for this new stage and new season. I am open to creating new routines and habits and release my dependence on my old routines and habits. I am resilient and adaptable. I have experienced change before, and I can do this. I am resilient and adaptable. I have experienced change before, and I can do this. Take a deep breath, raise your hands above your head, and check in with how you're feeling. If there's any remaining tension or resistance, feel it in your fingers. Feel that upper vibration, that vibration of release. You can always return to this tapping anytime you need. And take a deep breath, hold it, 1, 2, 3, and release. I hope this serves you in times of change and times of transition, to help you to get in touch with what you're actually feeling, to feel safe with your own vulnerability instead of needing to reach for more and more food, overeating, or unhealthy foods to numb and distract yourself from what you're feeling. What you're feeling is normal. You are healthy in mind and body, and I'm here to help you bring that from the inside out. You can find me on YouTube at Ms. Thrivewell, Lily Aronin, on Instagram, on Facebook, and you can always email me on how we can work together at coachlilyaronin@gmail.com.